One of the things that makes historical research here at the museum so interesting and so maddening is trying to find those unique little anecdotes in the newspapers and diaries of our ancestors. Well, we were lucky enough to work with Sombra Museum, and they shared the following story with us. It's a story that was recorded in the Toronto Sun newspaper in 1913 by Albert Perkins. He was writing about what it was like to work in the timber fields of Enniskillen and throughout Lambton County, cutting down trees and sailing it down the creeks and the rivers to be processed at Wilkesport. He said that they would cut the timber, float it down the creeks, and tie it into rafts in the Sydenham River. And he has this following quote that he tells of what it was like, and I'm going to read the quote for you. It says, "In the springtime of the year, there were thousands of big black snakes in the water. They would appear quite harmless, and they would frequently crawl on our slow-moving rafts. One time, more than 40 years ago, all the waste oil from Petrolia, Oil City, and Oil Springs came quietly down the river, covering the surface of the water. This soon put an end to the snakes, and thousands of their twisted bodies floated with the current down towards the lakes. All kinds of animals were found in the woods, but I was a timber worker and had no time to hunt." He goes on further down in the article to state that there were a lot of big cats, including panthers and wild turkeys, that were ripe for hunting. Now, as somebody who lives in Lambton County today, we are really keen to look at this story because it shows the unintended consequences of the oil industry on the local environment. And we suspect, after doing some research, that the big black snakes he's referring to are rat snakes. The black rat snake is listed as an endangered species in southwestern Ontario, but a few can still be found in the areas around Wilkesport and the Sydenham River. So this shows us what other environmental consequences were part of the oil industry at this period of time, where thousands upon thousands of a once popular and now endangered species are no longer available. So what we can do is ask ourselves, how has our environment changed through unintended consequences, and what can we do to restore some of that habitat for the animal species in our community? And now you know a little story about the Sydenham River and the oil industry. Talk to you again soon.